Hi, I'm Alyssa Garnham, founder of the Creative Light Academy, and I'm here to share with you tips, advice, and wisdom on how to start and grow your creative business. This week, I'm here to talk to you all about perfectionism. Now, this might sound like a strange problem to have, and maybe you don't even realise that it's holding you back. But so often I see that people are waiting for the perfect moment to start their business and thinking that everything's got to be just right before they launch it. Maybe even you're waiting without even realising for someone to come along and say, hey, this is it, now's the time to start. Unfortunately, I've got news for you. There never is a perfect moment. Life is always going to happen and something will probably always get in the way, and no one is going to come along and tell you that now is the perfect time. Well, except me, I'm telling you, now is the perfect time. And that's because there never is a perfect time. If I had waited until I had the perfect collection of products or until my website was just right, then I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. That's how crazy it is. And there's this misconception, whether it's from social media or just the world around us, that everything has to be just right before you put it out there. But believe it or not, most people never find themselves liking everything completely. But if you don't just put it out there, then you're never going to. So it's important to just know that most things people put out into the world, maybe they're not 100% happy with it, but they're 99% happy with it, and that's all that matters. Even today, I have to continue to remind myself that not everything has to be perfect, and so often the flaws and the faults that we see, other people won't see them. So even if you put it out and you're not totally happy with it, probably your audience won't even notice and they'll love it. So there's a couple of things that I like to remind myself of. So they're sayings that I repeat to myself because I just need to remember them. So one is, done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. And that's a good one to remember, because even if you're not 100% happy with it and in your eyes it's not perfect, if you wait until it is, you'll likely be waiting a very long time and you won't ever put it out into the world. As long as it's done and you're happy to put your name against it, put it out into the world and your customers will no doubt love it all the same. And you can always make changes later down the line. The second thing I like to remind myself of is clarity comes from action. You improve things as you go along. If I look back at some of the early products I made, I can see how far I've come. If I hadn't taken those first steps to make something and put it out into the world, then I wouldn't have been able to make that progress that I have done, because progress is only going to come from action. Clarity only comes from action. So you can't think about something over and over in order to get clarity. Action is so much better. So take some action, take those steps just so you're constantly moving forwards, and soon you will get clarity and you will be that bit closer to perfection. Some other points to remember are that we often compare ourselves to people who are further along in their journey, and we think that they just suddenly woke up one day and got there. Likely is they didn't, and they started at the very same place that you started at. And they've just made progress as they've gone along. So don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle, because that's not a fair comparison. And if you're in the beginning stages and you're just thinking about starting a business, just remember that life is never going to be perfect, and there never will be that perfect opportunity to start a business. So it's more important that you just prioritize it and set yourself some time that you're going to work to start your business, because that opportunity is never going to be given to you. You just need to grab it with both hands. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Do like and subscribe so you can be notified when I'm going to share more tips and wisdom with you in the next episode.